Hi, I'm Amy Romeo and I make a lot of faux leather crafts using heat transfer vinyl and my Cricut. And one of the questions I'm asked most often is how do you avoid getting press lines in your faux leather when you apply heat transfer vinyl? So let me show you what press lines are. You can see here around this name that's made of foil iron-on, pressed onto faux leather, that there's like a rectangular box here that is pressed into the faux leather, and it really disturbs the look of the piece here. Now I make a lot of these jewelry boxes as well with heat transfer vinyl on top. I actually have a whole video on how to make these with the initials, and I'll link to that for you. But you can see on this one, there are no press lines. All you see is that really pretty heat transfer vinyl detail. And in this video, I'm going to show you the trick to making this happen. So I'm going to be using some foil iron-on today, just my regular green standard grip mat. And the technique I'm going to show you works if you're pressing onto sheets of faux leather accessories like this, or something like this, a little faux leather pouch. I'm actually going to be putting a name on this today, and that's how I'll be showing you this technique. So let's hop into Design Space. First, I'm going to show you how you're probably doing it now, and then I'm going to show you how to press the heat transfer vinyl onto faux leather using my technique, and you'll see the difference. So let's say you're starting in Cricut Design Space and you want to type out the text for your name. So you'll just click the text tool, and then I'm going to type out my name and then select my font. And I've already measured, so I know that I want my name to be 3.5 inches wide and no wider. So I'll just adjust the size a little bit. And then my text is ready to be cut from heat transfer vinyl. So I'll click the Make It button. And since this is text, we need to mirror it so that our text will cut in reverse. And let's say I just leave my text here where Design Space has put it on my mat, which is in the top left-hand corner. And I need a piece of heat transfer vinyl that's about 5 inches wide and about 1.5 inches tall to be able to cut out my name. So if I just click Continue, choose my material settings, and then get ready to cut out my heat transfer vinyl, let me show you what happens when we cut our name out using this process. So we've got our name weeded from our heat transfer vinyl. It's ready to press. I have my heat pressing pad, this little pouch that I want to press on, and then I have my EasyPress Mini set to the low setting, which is that first green line. I also have a cover sheet. This is a Teflon sheet that I've trimmed smaller, and I'm going to use this as my cover sheet. You could also use butcher paper or parchment paper. So I'm just going to put my name here on my little pouch and then cover with my cover sheet and press all over. You want about 10 to 15 seconds of good pressure, good coverage and heat all over that heat transfer vinyl name. Now, as I'm doing this, I'm making sure not to press on the sides of the pouch or the metal piece. And I'm just really directing this where I want the heat to be. So this foil iron-on, it needs to cool before I try and peel it. So I'm just going to speed up the cooling process here, and then we'll come right back and we'll peel off that clear carrier sheet. So I'm going to go ahead and find a corner of that clear carrier sheet and just peel that away. And when we take a closer look, I know it's a little hard to see with this light color, but we do have those press lines all around the name. See that rectangle all around the name? So this press line is the result of the edges of this clear carrier sheet pressing into the faux leather. So how do we avoid this? It's actually really simple, and it doesn't involve the pressing stage. It happens in the Design Space portion of the project. So let's hop back into Design Space quickly. I'm going to show you how to avoid this just by setting up your mat and where you place your name. So we're back in Cricut Design Space with our text written out and sized to the width that we want, 3.5 inches. And before we move on, we actually want to take our measuring tape and measure the actual item that we're going to be pressing on. So I measured the little pouches, and they are 5 inches wide and 4 inches tall from the bottom seam to the top seam before that metal frame inside the pouch begins. So that's an important measurement, 5 inches wide and 4 inches tall. So now that I know that, I can go ahead and press the Make It button. We're cutting the material on a mat just like before, and we need to mirror it just like before. But this is the key. Instead of leaving our text up here in the top left corner where Design Space put it, we are going to imagine a box on our mat here in Design Space that is 5 inches wide and 4 inches tall, based on those measurements of the area that we want to press on. And we're going to take our text and we're going to drag it into the center of that imaginary shape. So 5 inches wide, 4 inches tall. This is right about in the center. We're going to leave that there and then press continue. What this is going to do is cut that name, not in the top corner of the mat, but it's going to cut it here in the place that we have on the mat preview. So the important step now is going to be to place a big enough piece of heat transfer vinyl that's 5 inches wide and 4 inches tall so that it completely covers that full area with the name cut out in the center. And I'll show you that in just a minute. So I'll go ahead and choose my cut setting and we'll hop back over to my overhead camera and I'll show you how to set up the mat for this perfect cut. So we're ready to cut again. I have my green sticky mat and I know that my name is going to be right inside this imaginary box here, the 5 inches wide and the 4 inches tall. And I know that I placed it right about here on my mat in the mat preview. So you might be tempted to get another small piece of heat transfer vinyl that you know that name will completely cut out from and put it right in that new line. But that's not what we want to do because we don't want to get those press lines. So what we want to do is cut the large piece of heat transfer vinyl big enough to cover that area that we measured out. So I'm going to take this, flip it over, put it down on my green sticky mat, and the name is going to cut right here in the middle. Now you might be wondering, aren't you wasting heat transfer vinyl by leaving this area and this area that you're not cutting and you won't be able to use because we're going to weed all of this away? Well, that is true, but it's important to remember that the heat transfer vinyl cost pennies by the inch, and these faux leather blanks, they can be costly. These can be $3, $4, $5 each if you're using the little pouches or the little jewelry boxes. So in my opinion, it's better to get a perfect press and waste a little bit of heat transfer vinyl than to scrimp on heat transfer vinyl and ruin a blank. Okay, so let's go ahead, we'll cut this out, we'll weed it, and we'll get it ready to press. So now it's time to weed, and again, you don't want to trim this in any way. You want to weed the entire thing so that the large clear carrier sheet is intact after you've weeded away all of the heat transfer vinyl. So now this is ready to press, and we've got all those cut edges of the clear carrier sheet well away from where they're going to land on our blank. So again, we'll just get our blank ready to go. Place your heat transfer vinyl where you want it to be. And here you can see that the edges are off. The edges of the clear carrier sheet are off of the blank. Now this edge is on this metal piece, but I'm not going to press here, so that doesn't really matter. So just get this in position. We'll cover and press. So after about 10 or 15 seconds of pressing, I'm going to remove my little cover sheet. I'm going to let this cool again for about 60 seconds, and then we'll peel. So there we go. I've removed the clear carrier sheet, and you can see that we have absolutely no press lines and a perfect press. So I hope that little tip helped you, and if you have been crafting with faux leather and heat transfer vinyl, that really gives you the confidence to be able to press onto faux leather without getting those ugly press lines. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel where I have hundreds of faux leather Cricut crafting videos for you. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.